Princess Zarathul of the Vexnari Empire slammed her crystalline fist against the quantum steel wall of her chambers, causing ripples of bioluminescent fury to cascade across her translucent skin. Her mother, Empress Velandra, remained unmoved, on her floating throne, 6 eyes blinking in perfect synchronization. "Mother, this is barbaric." Zarathul's voice resonated through 3 different frequencies, a trait that made her people's speech sound like haunting melodies to most species. Humans are primitives. They still use combustion engines and haven't even mastered dimensional folding. The Empress's tentacles swayed with measured patience. "My daughter, you speak of matters you do not understand. The Terran Federation may seem primitive by our standards, but their recent actions have impressed the Galactic Council." Zarathul's bioluminescence shifted to deep crimson, a color that in Vexnari culture indicated both disgust and confusion. She had heard whispers about the humans' latest exploits, but surely they couldn't be significant enough to warrant this political marriage. "Tell me, daughter," the Empress continued, "what do you know of the siege of Kepler Station?" The princess's glow dimmed slightly. She had heard fragments, something about a human outpost under attack by the dreaded Zephyrian collective. "The station was destroyed, wasn't it? Another human failure?" "No." The single word hung in the air like a gravitational anomaly. James Morrison and Lisa Chen, 2 human engineers, held off an entire Zephyrian battle fleet for 72 hours, using nothing but mining equipment and what they called creative problem-solving. Zarathul's incredulity manifested as a sharp violet flash across her skin. "That's impossible. The Zephyrians are the apex predators of known space. Their bioships can dissolve quantum armor with their acid projectors." The Empress activated a holographic display that filled the chamber with swirling images. James Morrison, a maintenance engineer with no formal military training, reconfigured the station's ore processors into kinetic bombardment weapons. Lisa Chen, a life support specialist, managed to turn the station's atmospheric recycling system into a vast electronic warfare array that jammed Zephyrian neural networks. The hologram showed grainy security footage of 2 humans working frantically in cramped corridors, their faces streaked with sweat and determination. James, a stocky man with graying hair, wielded a plasma torch like a sword as he welded together improvised weapon mounts. Lisa, smaller but moving with surgical precision, rerouted power conduits while simultaneously monitoring 17 different system displays. "They had no right to survive," the Empress continued. "By every calculation, by every strategic simulation run by the galaxy's greatest military minds, Kepler Station should have fallen within the first hour. The Zephyrians brought 3 dreadnoughts and 47 hunter-killers. The station had no weapons, no shields, and a civilian population of 800. Zarathul found herself leaning forward despite her resistance. "What happened?" James turned the station's asteroid mining charges into proximity mines. When the first Zephyrian wave approached, he triggered a cascade detonation that created a debris field so dense it formed a natural barrier. Lisa, meanwhile, had figured out how to reverse the polarity of the life support systems to generate electromagnetic pulses that disrupted Zephyrian bio-neural pathways. The hologram shifted to show external shots of the battle. Massive alien ships, organic and terrifying, writhed through space like living nightmares. Against them, the small mining station blazed with improvised weapons fire, chunks of rock and metal streaking through space in patterns that seemed chaotic, but were somehow devastatingly effective. For 3 days, these 2 humans, assisted by a handful of miners and civilians, held off forces that have conquered entire star systems. They turned maintenance shafts into killing fields, converted water recyclers into chemical weapons, and used emergency escape pods as guided missiles. Zarathul's skin had shifted to pale blue, the color of deep contemplation among her people. But surely they had help. Advanced technology we don't know about. The most sophisticated device they used was a standard industrial fabricator, the kind found on any frontier mining station. Everything else was improvisation, adaptation, and what humans call making do. The Empress paused, allowing her daughter to absorb this information. When the Galactic Council's relief fleet finally arrived, they found the Zephyrians in full retreat. 3 dreadnoughts destroyed, 31 hunter-killers disabled, and the rest fleeing in terror. Terror? Zarathul's voice barely registered. On the audible spectrum, the Zephyrians don't experience fear. They do now. The surviving ships broadcast a single message before jumping to hyperspace. The humans fight like the universe itself is trying to kill them, and they refuse to let it. The princess felt something she had never experienced before, a flutter of what humans might call curiosity mixed with respect. These 2 engineers, James and Lisa, they survived. Not only survived, they've been recruited by the Terran Federation's new Rapid Response Corps. Their methods are being studied and taught throughout human space. The Empress's tentacles curled with what might have been amusement. The humans have a saying, necessity is the mother of invention. What other species would see as desperate improvisation, they see as an opportunity for innovation. Zarathul's bioluminescence had settled into a steady golden hue, the color of newfound understanding. And you want me to marry one of these humans? Not just any human, my daughter. The Terran Federation is sending one of their finest diplomats for the ceremony, someone who embodies their species' remarkable adaptability and strength. Perhaps you might find that what seems primitive on the surface masks depths we have yet to fathom. For the first time since the betrothal announcement, Princess Zarathul found herself genuinely curious about her intended spouse. If humans could turn mining equipment into weapons of war and defeat the galaxy's greatest predators through sheer stubborn creativity, perhaps there was more to them than met the eye. Very well, mother, she said, her skin now cycling through thoughtful purples and golds. I will meet this human, but if they disappoint me. The Empress's laugh resonated through dimensions. My dear daughter, I suspect that disappointment is the last thing you need to worry about. As Zarathul gazed out at the stars, she wondered what other surprises the human species might have in store for a galaxy that had consistently underestimated them. Perhaps this marriage would be more than a political alliance. Perhaps it would be the beginning of a new understanding between species. After all, any race that could make mining equipment fight like military hardware was clearly full of surprises.